Test, Test, 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, Test, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dann nutze ich den Moment doch, um mir was zu trinken einzugässern. Oh, sehe ich da etwa, dass es fertig geladen hat? Ah, weißer Bildschirm. Geh weg. Die Hölle. Dann mache ich mal die Vorschau aus in OBS. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Claim. Hier meine Pedals hinten an den Controller machen. Shop ist was Neues? Ah ja, die Outfits. Es nervt mich, dass wenn man das Outfit wechselt, dass die Kamera sich immer wieder zentriert. Was soll das? Das Original ist schon besser, ne? Weiß nicht. Ich finde, das sieht so unfertig aus. Aber es ist cool von hinten. Und vorne sieht's bescheuert aus. Hier finde ich auch das normale cooler. Schenne habe ich leider auch noch nicht. Schenne. Der Rock sieht cool aus unten. Aber ich wette, das ist so ein Ding, was blöd aussieht, wenn man damit kämpft. Nun gut. Was haben wir hier? Einmal alles anklicken. Oh Gott. Gerade hier mal im Controller die Trigger einstellen. Alter. 1 Million Ausrufezeichen hier. What the fuck? Okay. Sie haben Post. 600 Primos. Ja, geil. Eine neue Namecard. Klar, nehmen wir, die ist cool. So, wieso habe ich eigentlich keine Musik hier? Wow, lag, hallo? Add Astra Abasosk. Claim all. Switch again. Shit, ey. Ich glaube, meine RB-Taste am Controller gibt den Geist auf. Tab, Tab, Tab. Tab, 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 Tab. Also jeder 4. Input wird gefressen. Ah, 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 ah. Jetzt geht's, keine Ahnung. Vielleicht muss ich aufwärmen. Okay, Dokai. Was hätten wir hier? Also,
Once there was a glorious kingdom established.
kein Interesse. Du bist in Level 2. Ach so, weil ich so ein paar Weeklies schon gemacht habe, ne? Mit den Bossen und sowas. Ja. Stimmt. Die habe ich schon, deswegen setze ich die, aber ich werde eh nicht auf diesen Banner rollen. Hier was Neues? In 6 Stunden. Das hätten sie auch mal timen können. Was ist das denn? Zwei Stunden. Ja, Harz habe ich gerade schon aufgebraucht, ne? Komm, dann probieren wir doch direkt mal die neuen Charaktere aus. Wir machen erstmal die alten weg. Na, Hida habe ich schon, da können wir einfach mal schnell durchrushen. Oh, die ist ja gar nicht C6.
Surrender and I'll be.
Aua!
The Temple of Wisdom. I'll protect us. Everyone hold hands.
Ja, Hida ist einfach so stark, Mann.
I see everything.
Gedodged.
Make yourselves at home. Let's spark things up a little.
Yee. Wait, ich kann Y drücken? Oh, Quality of Life Pitch. Love me some Quality of Life. Ja, Pharosan habe ich auch schon. Was haben die da für eine Waffe gegeben? Favonius. Gladiator. The Witches. Ah, ganz interessant, was sie den Charakteren so geben. Was haben die für Stats? 100 Mastery, 50... Nicht so krasse Stats. Der ist schon stärker. Aha. Boom!
Truth repeats its course.
Ich liebe den schwarzen Lochpfeil da, der ist sau cool.
You're toast. Time to clean up.
Sweeping Time! 23 Gegner spawnen hier. What? Was ist jetzt passiert? Nun gut. Okay, jetzt kommen die interessanten Charaktere. Gaming. It's gaming time. Oh. Mach mal eine Animation. Mach was. Tu was. Mach was. Trau dich, Junge. Oh, da passiert was. Oh. Krass, wie lang die Animation ist. Sehr cool.
Sorry, pal. Congratulations.
Wait, was? Okay, irgendwas mache ich falsch. Schauen wir doch mal durch. Ich habe mir zwar die Videos angeguckt, aber nicht so 100% drauf geachtet, was er macht. Pounces forward. Kostet Max Leben. League behind the air after coming into contact with a target or surface. After gaming has used bestial ascent to rise into the air, he immediately uses a plunging attack. Mhm, mhm, mhm. 6 Sekunden Cooldown, gar nicht mal so viel. Okay, geht in Supermodus, gibt sich selber Pyro und heilt sich. 30% Max-Leben, okay. Und was kostet das? Das kostet 60, 15 Sekunden Cooldown. Okay, okay, okay. Kann er sich häufig heilen. Der kostet 15, also 2 Skills kann man damit wieder beleben. Oder wiederholen. Der beschwört den Löwen, den Feuerlöwen. Schmeißt ihn gegen den Gegner. Dann rollt der Löwe weg und kommt zum Gaming. Dann verbündet er sich mit Gaming und reduziert den Cooldown oder resettet den Cooldown von dem Skill. Und solange es aktiv ist... Aha. Oh, wird gecancelt, wenn er das Feld verlässt. Ah. Okay. Also kriegt er wie viel wieder? 4%, 6%. Kostet 15, kriegt 6 wieder. Also kostet's 9. When gaming has less than 50% HP. Ah. Ist wirklich ein 4-Sterne-Charakter? Der war ganz schön gut. Okay, aber was ist denn hier mit dem Skill? Was mache ich denn falsch? Darf ich nichts drücken? Muss ich... Hä? Er müsste doch springen, oder nicht?
Sorry, pal.
What am I doing wrong? Muss ich irgendwo gegenspringen? Hier gegen vielleicht? Ah, aha. Okay, machen wir nochmal. Aha, da war's. Ganz kurz mal checken, noch kurz hier. Wenig Crit, aber viel Damage. Crimson Witch. Crimson Witch. Blizzard Strayer. Wow, cooles Team haben sie dem hier gegeben. 2 meiner Lieblingscharaktere mit den beiden. Na gut. Probieren wir ein bisschen rum. Ha! 35.
Up to it, Manzai.
Okay. Das ist ja ganz geil. Ha!
Stand back! Be amazed! Cold, mine to command. The night is...
Many happy returns. Sorry, pal.
Wow, das ist ja ein cooler Charakter.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up! You're the spotlight! Over here! Stars, shine for me.
Mighty mythical beast.
Okay. Will ich nochmal einen Punkt machen. Und sogar eine coole Transformation. Wow, das ist wirklich nur ein 4-Sterne-Charakter? Das ist ja sau cool. Und das kann man in der Open World für Movement benutzen. Hui! Wow. Was sind die Konstellationen? Was sind die? Wie heißen die? Ascent ist der Skill, Gilded Dance ist der Burst und Cloud Strider ist der Down Smash. Also der Burst. Oh, okay, damit hat er konstante Heilung bei dem Burst, das ist schon mal krass. Okay, ja, okay. Let's choose Ascent, Plunge, Charm, Cloud Strider hits an opponent. 2 Energy. Wow, auch nicht schlecht. Charm Cloud ist Crit Rate Increase per Turn. Ja, okay. Ich meine, sowas ist in der Regel gut, aber ich finde es immer ein bisschen langweilig. Aber ja, es ist schon gut. Krass. Wirkt wie voll der starke Charakter, finde ich.
Let the magic begin. My guiding stars. Don't be scared.
Hua! Shakaboom!
Many happy returns. Ta. 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 Ha. Ja. So.
Wo ist er denn? Der ist da hinten, dann kommt er hier rüber geflogen zu mir. Dann
His dream work. Let's lock. Cue the spotlight. Step on up. Stars shine for.
Up to it, Manzai.
ach so, und Laylas Schild produziert immer wieder einen Stern, wenn man den Skill benutzt.
So. Ta. Ja.
Was ein cooler Charakter. Für 4 Sterne?
Everybody stand back. Be amazed. Cold. Mine to command.
Mighty mythical beast. Ta. Sorry, pal. So. Alley-oop. Sorry, pal. Many happy returns.
Das ist ja so lustig. Hui!
Congratulations.
Und tschüss. Wow. Kann ich auch hier so? Ah, geil. Okay, also den finde ich schon mal... Also ich brauche ihn nicht, aber cool. Ja, Passerine. Oh, warte mal, ich wollte mir noch einmal... Was hat denn der noch als andere Animation? Holy shit. Haben sie den irgendwie mehr Arbeit gesteckt als sonst? Alright. Passerine Herald. Ich habe nicht so ganz kapiert, was ihre Hauptrolle ist. Die ist eine Heilerin. Ich bin mir noch nicht sicher, wie man sie ausspricht. Im Trailer sagt sie selber, Call me Xianyuns. Und dann kommt dein Slave und sagt, Xianyuns. Okay, wie lame die Animation gerade war. Okay. Die schwebt die ganze Zeit.
Skyward. Scatter.
Okay. Achso, was haben sie ihr gegeben? Nicht so viel. Healing Bonus. Okay, ja genau. Also wir können dreimal dashen. Oh, ups. 12 Sekunden Cooldown. Okay, das macht aber einfach nur Damage. Das macht nichts anderes. Sehe ich das richtig? White Clouds at Dawn. Hier ist irgendwas. Storm Pinion. When the Star Wicker created... Okay, das ist jetzt der Burst. Was macht denn der Burst? Der Burst macht... AOE Damage und Heilung. Heilt alle in der Party, okay. Okay, und während die geheilt werden, können sie Super Jump machen. Ach, 16 Sekunden mit 18 Sekunden. Okay. 9000? Was? Crane Form. Oh, mein Controller ist im falschen Modus. Shit, jetzt muss ich kurz mal meinen Controller neu connecten. I'm reconnecting. Aha, okay.
Yeah, skyward, scatter. Ha, yeah.
Oh, wir haben sogar Gaming in der Party.
Skyward, scatter.
Aha, aha, aha.
Yeah, skyward.
Mein Damage macht sie nicht so viel, ne? Aber als Heilerin brauchst du das ja auch nicht.
Yeah, skyward, scatter.
Oh, wobei das 17.000. Ich meine, gut, aber der Skill macht ja auch so gesehen nichts anderes.
Yeah,
Piu, piu, piu.
yeah, scatter.
Okay.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Witness the power of Google. Seize the skies. Ho.
Hop to it, Manzai. Ta, ha, so, cha, ta, ka. Sorry, pal. Ka, ta, so.
Stray clouds converge.
Das heißt, ich kann jetzt einfach den hier machen.
Yeah.
Hey, what? Ka. Many happy returns.
Aber irgendwie sind 16 Sekunden nicht so viel, wie ich erwartet habe. Das wäre die normale Rotation. Wahrscheinlich
Everybody stand
Bennett,
back. Ring cutter. Seize the skies.
und dann geht man rein mit ihm.
Ka. Mighty mythical beast. Cha. Ka. So.
Okay, jetzt hat er die ganze Zeit volles Leben.
Yeah. Skyward, scatter. Make way for the Adeptus.
Und die Heilung ein bisschen ausprobieren.
Inconsequential. Skyward, scatter.
Ba, 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 ba. 7600.
Stray clouds converge. Yeah. Yeah. Ho.
Ja gut.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Up to it, Manzai. Cha. Huh. Ha. Alley-oop. Ta. So. Ta.
Juhu. Also,
Skyward.
ich finde hier im Trial kommt sie gerade nicht so richtig toll rüber.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Make way for the ring cutter.
Mighty mythical beast. Sorry, pal. Cha. Cha.
Weil das hier natürlich irgendwie ganz lustig ist. So ein bisschen wie Ciao-Gameplay, nur macht's mehr Spaß.
Stop it now.
Hurrah! Yeah. Skyward. Yeah. Ha. Let me weave you a verse. Ja. Ra. Ha. Skyward. Scatter. Ra. Ha.
Piu.
Ja. Ja.
Ja, man kann sie vielleicht auch als Driver benutzen, ne?
Yeah. I'm going in. Stray clouds converge. Ring cutter. Ja. Ha.
Up to it, Manzai.
Hat mich jetzt nicht so sehr überzeugt, wie ich erhofft habe, ehrlich gesagt. Was ist das denn schon wieder? Clearwater Yate. Jetzt muss ich aber gerade mal gucken. Moment, es muss doch eine Story geben, auch für den neuen Abschnitt, oder? Moment mal. Also offensichtlich ist hier ein neuer Bereich. Ich gehe mal in Leer zu Catherine. Ist irgendwas Neues zu sagen?
Add Astra.
Ja, hä? Es muss doch irgendwie neue Quests geben. Gibt's nur die Story Quest? Ha. Ja gut, dann... Weiß auch nicht, dann machen wir die Story Quest. Soll mir auch recht sein.
many places lately. What do you say we take a day off from adventuring and just find somewhere nice to relax? Let Paimon think. Where are some nice places we could go? Oh, why don't we pay Cloud Retainer a visit at Mount Outsong? It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's surprise her this time.
Weiß ja nicht. Ich würde nicht zu der gehen, wenn ich mich entspannen will. Die labert einen doch immer voll. Ein geiler Song. Oh oh.
Here we are, right outside her place.
Bin ich gerade gestorben?
You still remember the first time we came here?
Nein.
We even brought offerings and everything.
Oh doch, ich erinnere mich.
And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all. We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that. Huh?
Wo hast du die Snacks, Paimon?
Did something catch your eye?
Wow, is that a woman?
Pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
It seems like she could also be a powerful adeptus.
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of Adepti friends from all over the country. Okay, but if we're both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
Who knew you were such a social butterfly? Was zur Hölle sagt man das?
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide.
Das ist nur, weil alle Spieler so zurückgezogene Eigenbrötler sind.
Hello. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Paimon.
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
You two... What is this tomfoolery? Has this shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
Wait, you're...
Cloud Retainer?
Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look... human! How did that...
Ah, die Musik.
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So, you're indulging now because...
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples. Like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning. Or...
It feels like Cloud Retainer has her reasons, but doesn't want to discuss them too openly. I almost forgot, Paimon brought you some gifts.
Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh? So you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all. Most commendable.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
Dann kann ich hier mein ganzes Müllinventar ausleeren und sie freut sich.
That kind a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon? Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a while since we last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again.
Oh.
However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
No reason in particular.
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Is that so? If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yuehai Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor.
Grusserina chapter.
Ganyu has been quite busy with work as of late. One can count on one talon the number of times she returns to Mount Outsong each year. Shenhe has also secured employment recently. In her correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future. Did they think one was so easily mollified? One shall investigate everything with one's own eyes and decide for oneself if their living conditions are satisfactory.
Ja, ja. Bestimmt der einzige Grund. Wup, wup, wup. Und sie machten eine lange Reise durch die Berge und erblickten dann endlich Liyue Harbor. Sie erinnerten sich, dass direkt neben diesem Teleporter viele blaue Felsen wuchsen. Aha. Was ist denn für eine magere Ausbeute? Du, du, du. Ohne Chongli Felsen ernten ist doch immer Trash. Wow. Ach, die Musik in diesem Spiel. Whoop. Na. Oh oh. RIP. Okay, den Song mag ich nicht.
Yuehai Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this?
Yes.
Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go?
Okay, zu Madame Ping prophezei ich. She's back there. Oh, oder nicht?
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
But why? Isn't it
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time.
Das klingt nicht unrealistisch.
One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
Fair enough. Makes sense. All right, then we'll just pass on your regards and...
Cloud Retainer?
Ups.
Oh, busted.
Die hat wahrscheinlich dieses Fiepen im Ohr gehört, als Paimon geredet hat.
You know, Ms. Ganyu.
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full. Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
Oh, not to worry, Ms. Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
Weishin. Weishin.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
Warum? Ich würde gern beim Hauptcharakter kann man ja auch wählen, ob man Paimon nimmt als kleines fliegendes Mädchen. Und, beziehungsweise du kannst ja beim Hauptcharakter wählen, ob du den Charakter hast, den männlichen oder den weiblichen. Warum kann man bei Paimon nicht wählen, ob man stattdessen einen kleinen fliegenden, bärtigen Zwerg hat mit einer tiefen Stimme, wo man keinen Tinnitus von bekommt? Das wäre doch mal was. Das wäre doch mal was. Hey, Ganyu, wie geht's dir? Kuju Sarah ist süß. Yeah. Richtig guter Charakter in so vielen Teams in einem.
You are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
Ja, so redet man.
Seems she's not buying.
Ganyu Sarah, it's true.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
Ganyu looks totally bewildered. You're thinking, why wouldn't I recognize you? I used to see you every day. How bad do you think my memory is?
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
Yeah.
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Wait, Paima wasn't aware of any important.
Stark.
Retainer's right. We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
Wann ist das? In 8 Monaten und 7 Tagen und 15 Stunden?
I understand. That should be fine.
Ganyu schon immer so bunte Augen gehabt? Ich habe jetzt mal meinem Bildschirm mal HDR aktiviert. Vielleicht sehe ich jetzt mehr Farben. Ich kann jetzt in allen Farben sehen.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body. It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Cloud Retainer!
Wait, sie wird rot. Das ist neu. Das konnten die vorher nicht.
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
Was?
Wow, you've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke. If you ever need anything, please just come find me at Uehai Pavilion.
Könnte an C6 Nahida liegen. Ja. Ach, C6 Nahida. Das. Ach, nö. Das kann doch nichts dazu beitragen.
Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer.
What?
But if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
Okay, Moment, das muss ich einmal googeln. Was ist denn das für ein Wort? Das kann ich ja nicht mal buchstabieren, wenn es da steht. Presumptuousness. Google, hilf mir. Fast richtig. Anmaßend. Okay. Ich habe nur 25 € eingesteckt. Und dann die letzten Monate nichts gekauft? Weil 25 € kriegst du. Ja, aber da hast du die Pässe gekauft, ne? Weil wenn du dir direkt die Wünsche kaufst, da kriegst du ja, glaube ich, für. Das ist ja so teuer. Also du musst ja irgendwie, ich glaube, 20 € oder 14 € eingeben für 10 Wünsche oder so. Es ist ja so absurd viel Geld.
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Xianyun.
Das ist schon wieder anders ausgesprochen. Xianyun. Okay, dann hat Danslave recht gehabt. In ihrem eigenen Trailer sagt sie, call me Xianyun. Xianyun. Und dann sagt Danslave, Xianyun. Dann sagt sie auch Xianyun. Ich bin bescheiden hier. Hat noch 50 Puls. Nur Soft-PT. Mann. C6. Okay.
Xianyun?
I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion. An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name
Ich wäre auch gern
describe her carefree
unfettered.
and spontaneous nature.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Maybe.
Not exactly.
That's totally what Paimon had in
To
mind.
be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts. It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti. Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time.
Ich weiß jetzt nicht, ob es an meinem HDR liegt, aber ich muss sagen, diese grün-blauen Flügel von Xianyun. Xianyun? Die Farben sind so nice. Hab in einem Banner 2 Nahidas gezogen, übel lucky. Aber irgendwie die meisten Teams, die meine Freunde spielen, sind 3 4-Stars und ein 5-Star. Ja, es gibt halt so ein paar von den originalen 4-Star-Charakteren, die super geile Support sind. Ich meine, Bennett ist ja super broken. Xingyu. Der mit den Wasserschwertern ist super broken. Fischl ist ziemlich stark. Ja, gibt halt noch so ein paar 4-Sterne-Support-Charaktere. Ich meine, theoretisch Sucrose ist auch nicht schlecht.
On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts,
Alright,
the
boring.
books have this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Rain burst forth from the heavens. Das ist auch so eine Fantasy-Formulierung, die habe ich schon so häufig gehört.
Wow. That's incredible!
Sie hat Regen gemacht.
Photo records add embellishments to dramatize.
Paimon, sie hat Regen gemacht. Regen.
And even if one had not interceded, the other
Regen.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the
Sie ist
weather as
fast
a
wie diese
Pokemon?
Konversation, denn die tut mich auch aufregen.
Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. You're not
Chefrus,
too bad.
Barbara, Farina und Noel. Ja, Farina ist super broken. Die ist mit die geilste Unit im Spiel. Chevreuse. Wait, aber Chevreuse, Barbara, Farina und Noel? Also Noel und Farina ist eine richtig geile Kombo. Chevreuse macht gar keinen Sinn in dem Team. Chevreuse ist Quatsch. In dem Team. Aber ich meine, wenn das auch eine C6 Farina ist, dann kannst du auch spielen, was du willst.
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial matter?
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the moment.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now.
Ohne Scheiß.
Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe? One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration?
Das klingt komisch. Oh, sie hat seit neuestem einen Job. Die faule Sau. Vorher hat die nur rumgegabbelt.
Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during lantern rites?
Wieso hat die denn erst seit kurzem einen Job? Ganyu ist doch da eins der höchsten Tiere in der Stadt. Die kann ja wohl in 2 Sekunden einen Job verschaffen.
Is a lot of questions.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer.
Aha.
I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally.
Aha.
Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Xiangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
What? Was? What?
I see.
Lame.
Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Xiangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult.
Aber das Restaurant ist mega klein und hässlich. Chefrus ist nur für Freundschaftspunkte. Achso, okay. Vorher war Kirara drin. Nur C3 für Rena. Nur. Das ist auch schon ziemlich absurd broken. C6, wenn du C6 für Rena hast, dann brauchst du keine anderen Charaktere mehr.
Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Huh? But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Oops.
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
You may return to your work, Ganyu. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
See you around, Ganyu!
Goodbye.
Paimon was pretty quick on the uptake there, don't you think? As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
No, in fact, it was not an excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
Wait, for real?
The
For
moment
real?
is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
Huh. She really seems to be playing up the whole mysterious Adeptus thing right now. Is it because we just heard that cool story about her powers?
What if Master finds out?
Spielt tatsächlich On-Off Genshin. Ich habe Bennett C5 bzw. 6, aber das aktiviere ich nicht. Doch, aktiviere das. Welchen hole ich mir im Event? Gaming ist dabei, ne? Ich weiß noch nicht, ob ich auf den Banner rolle. Ich muss sagen, eben im Test fand ich sie hier nicht so überzeugend, wie ich erwartet habe. Aber ich glaube, ich werde sie mir holen, weil sie ist cool für die Oberwelt. Und wenn ich das Gaming nicht im Banner habe, dann würde ich mir den holen, weil ich den einfach noch nicht habe. Und alle anderen Charaktere habe ich mindestens einmal. Welche kann man denn ansonsten nochmal wählen? Weiß man das schon? Was fehlt mir denn? Gibt es einen Charakter, den ich noch nicht habe? Kirara habe ich noch nicht. Wo sieht man die denn nochmal hier? Boah, Chevreuse hätte ich voll gerne. Die finde ich cool. Ein cooles Moveset. Kann man coole Teams mitmachen. Aber leider einen blöden Banner. Gaming ist cool. Ich stimme zu. Ich finde Gaming auch ziemlich cool. Ich kriege nie genug von Gaming. Ich glaube, ich der 4 Sterne. Ja. Ich habe jetzt letztens endlich Cookie bekommen. Bevor jetzt die beiden kamen, hatte ich dann jetzt wieder alle 4 Sterne Charaktere. Ach nee, bis auf Kirara. Kirara, wo ist sie denn? Bin ich blind? Ah, da. Die haben ja jetzt irgendwie die Grafik verbessert und jetzt hat sie hinten schönere Schwänze. Also die sind jetzt runder und nicht mehr so eckig angeblich. Und auch am Traveler-Modell ist angeblich vorne das jetzt alles runder. Der Ring ist nicht mehr so eckig. Ist da bei Graphics was Neues? Das hier. Das ist das Neue. Dynamic. Wenn ich das jetzt aufmache. Aber das ist so eine. Was ist das für eine Option? Die sagt mir nix. Dynamic Character Resolution. Was soll das sein? Sagt sie irgendwas Neues? Though flowers bloom, yet always fade, but people go, yet return another day. Whatever. Typ, typ. Meine Blumen. Ups. Überlegen wir zwischen Yunjin und Xianyuns. Also Xianyuns ist so eine All-Star-Einheit, die immer gut ist. Yunjin ist sehr speziell. Aber ich meine, ist auch immer alles nur relevant im Abyss. Ist echt einer der wenigen Songs, die mich nervt, und der läuft hier in einer der Hauptstädte. Warum? Das Schwert ist so hässlich. Habe ich ein cooleres? Ha!
You get what I'm saying, right?
Ja, ich würde da jetzt auch ins Restaurant gehen, wenn die da kellnert.
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a friend.
Yeah, man. Now we're
I'm far
talking.
more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes.
Oh yeah.
How about you ask her?
You do it.
No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
What can I get for you today?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
What would you like to order?
2 servings of more meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
Wie bei.
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
It's been a while.
And this is?
Just a random person.
This is Miss Xianyuns.
Master?
Oh.
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
Auch als Wurm?
You...
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out the great food, too.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very...
Oops.
Well, if it isn't the traveler in Paimon, are you here for Shenhe? The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Thanks, Chef. Braucht wen zum befeuchten der Gegner, weil mit Barbara... Was denn mit Barbara? Hast du was gegen Barbara? Barbara ist eine meiner meistgespielten Units. Ich finde die super gut. Weil die einfach, ich kann es nicht ertragen, wenn die Lebensbalken nicht alle voll sind. Und bald mit Barbara sind die immer voll. Sit and chat. Ey, ohne Scheiß, dieses Restaurant ist so relevant für den Plot. Es kommt immer wieder. Und das ist das Restaurant, wo man immer wieder hingeht. Es gibt... Wo setzen wir uns denn jetzt hin? Die haben nicht mal einen Tisch hinterm Haus. Oh, never mind. Sie haben 2 Tische. Und hier hat man immerhin... Oh, ist ja sogar ein Ausblick. Oh, ist ja gar nicht so furchtbar.
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human.
Ein Teller Glasilien? Ist das in Südamerika?
Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Xianyuns?
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Oh, sie hat auch so eine riesige Feder am Kopf.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
Yeah?
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Oh, how should Paimon put this?
Sounds reasonable enough.
Oh, a sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Mit Barbara viele Gegner zu befeuchten ist für mich unmöglich, ohne danach mit 1000... Hä? Warum? Barbara heilt doch alle. Hä? Barbara Skill aktiv? Dann greifst du an, dann heilst du doch alle die ganze Zeit. Kapier ich nicht.
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
I see. Oh, just as expected of Master.
What she means to say is that she actually misses the two of you a lot.
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa, her mood shot up just like that.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Mit Barbara wenn 7 Gegner auf meine Barbara hauen, bin ich tot. Was? Barbara heilt alles weg. Barbara ist unbesiegbar, die ist unzerstörbar, die hat super viel Leben, heilt alles weg. Und wenn meine Barbara C6 stirbt, dann belebt die auch nochmal wieder. Was zur Hölle? Aber welchen Charakter willst du denn da hinstellen? Welcher Charakter ist denn tankier als eine Barbara, die gegenheilt? Nichts. Zhongli vielleicht.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver.
A race.
After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest.
Ich meine, hat er recht, ne? Hat er recht?
In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Das ist doch Bullshit. Entweder sie bescheißt durch Fliegen und jetzt kommt sie, oder ich benutze meinen neuen Rennwagen in unserem Rennen. Das ist dann fairer.
Huh. What kind of device was it?
It was a mechanical vehicle.
Das ist wirklich ein
made out of
Rennwagen.
iron. What was it called again?
Wow.
Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
Wow, Motto.
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day. Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from
Das sind andere
victory
Leute.
when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shenhe.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest.
Ich sitze übrigens gerade in meinem
What is a
Kazua,
race without spectators, after all?
in meinem Kazua-Hoodie, der mir viel zu klein ist, aber es ist mir egal. Ist mega dem billigen Scheißmaterial, aber es ist mir auch fast egal. Als Heilung habe ich Bennett dabei. Ja, was macht Barbara? Damage oder was? What?
Have you been lonely, Master?
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous. What is the reason for that look upon your face?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again. I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
To me, they are both, Master. One is the Master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the Master that I respect and adore.
Das heißt, den weit verehrten Meister magst du nicht, sondern nur den... Hä?
One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations. This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one
Die
pleases.
soll sich bitte mal mit Fischl
Others may
unterhalten.
critique or praise as they see fit. Yet one places little weight in such judgments.
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple? And it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Do you have any empty tables?
Ach okay, das Restaurant füllt sich, ich verstehe.
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
Dixon.
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
All right, good luck with the lunchtime.
Mm-hmm. I'll try my best.
As more and more guests begin to trickle in, Paimon takes the opportunity to order a whole array of delicious dishes.
Yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Can you eat this kind of food, Cloud Retainer?
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors. The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme
Cuisine machine.
Everything's so tasty. A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
Ein Mystery-Mädchen.
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Wir nicht.
Okay, I'll ask around.
Nein. God damn it. Kriegen wir das kleine Mädchen. Geh mal weg. Wir haben schon Paimon.
Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you?
Yes.
There are no empty tables left, so... Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
As long as you don't mind our chatter.
Great! Thanks so much. My name is Xianyuns.
Don't care.
And this is my granny, Ende.
Don't care.
Granny? Yep. Is there something wrong with that? No. Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
Was? Hä? She looks so young? What?
Yeah. A lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears.
Oh.
Granny? Why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms.
What?
They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
What?
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu.
Ich wollte gerade sagen.
Braised earthworms?
Braised
Well, that
earthworms?
sounds
What the
weird.
fuck?
Do people actually eat that?
I mean, can't hurt to ask.
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. Need any help? Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kinda confusing. Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning.
What about the parents?
They died young. It's just me
Ach, jetzt
and
kommt doch
Granny
nicht mit
now.
so einer Downer-Story hier, Leute.
Oh, but it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got. Wow, you're really tough for your age, kid. You're too kind.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing again? Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come
Nightmare.
and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But
Ich stell mir gerade vor, wie der Traveler sich einfach dabei so Essen reinschaufelt, so als wäre es Popcorn, während er so der Geschichte zuhört, während die einfach immer noch nichts bestellt haben. Oh, du hast einen Traum.
You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it?
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky.
Skip.
Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
Damn it.
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now. My younger self.
A younger version of Granny? This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave the situation to me.
Are you sure? What are your names? Paimon's Paimon.
What's Paimon? Ich bin der Traveler.
Just Xianyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back? Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
We're just curious about your situation and want to help if we can.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. But Miss Xianyun, what exactly can we do to help out this granny? All we have to go off is that dream.
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds, and the emerald mountain streams.
What?
Okay, taking that as a no. I might have an idea.
Alright.
Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster.
What?
If it's true, then maybe there were a martial arts heroine? Oh, Xingqiu knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions.
Xingqiu.
If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him.
Are you leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
Ich meine, da stehen noch 18 Kilo Essen auf dem Tisch. Kannst was davon haben. Vor allem dieser Teller mit Gras drin. Sieht super lecker aus. Das ist einfach so ein Hügel mit Gras. Was ist das denn?
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few.
Vielleicht gibt's da in dem Gras diese leckeren Erdwürmer.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Ende and Xianyuns shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madame Ping?
Ja, posaun doch alles raus.
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Sie posaunt hier alles raus. Alter, 18 Leute reden durcheinander. Schuju. Oh Gott.
Where are you going, Granny? Don't you like the food?
Fresh milk. I need to buy you some fresh milk.
Milk? Why?
Milk?
You need to drink milk before eating.
Milk?
Or the spicy food will make you cry.
Granny, you're forgetting things again. I'm not a little baby anymore. I can eat spicy food now. Even the super spicy.
Wonderful. Oh, wonderful.
Aha. Milk. Da muss ich ja mal kurz hier mal checken. Was macht denn Nahida C6? C1. C2 ist, glaube ich, mega ultra broken. Ja, genau, jetzt crittet das, ne? Okay, das ist einfach nur ein Buff. Sowas finde ich immer langweilig, auch wenn es stark ist. Was? When Nahida hits an opponent affected by R seems to know. Was? Also wenn du einen Gegner, auf den du einen Skill gemacht hast, mit normalen Angriffen angreifst, dann machst du einen Super-Attack auf den. Was zur Hölle? Okay, das wirkt ein ganz bisschen broken. Juhu, wuhu. Muss mal kurz auf Toilette. Moment. Ich nutze immer meinen geilen neuen Pause-Screen. Geil, oder? Geil. Richtig toll. Richtig toll. Kurz Toilette. So, dann stellen wir das hier zurück auf Genshin. Schwupp. Hallo, ich find's Spiel. Ah, die Nachtmusik, die ist doch schöner. So, dann suchen wir mal Xingshu. Der Name ist zu schwer. Xingshu. Xingshu? Oh, da steht er. Der steht hier einfach oben, oder was? Hat sonst nichts zu tun, der Kollege.
Huh. It's you two. What brings you here?
Xinchu! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
You explain the situation to Xingshu.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
Anything is helpful and appreciated.
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Ich muss sagen, den Charakter fand ich vom Design her am Anfang so bescheuert. Und ich mag auch immer noch nicht, dass der irgendwie keine Hose anhat oder nur so eine Unterhose. Aber mittlerweile finde ich irgendwie, hat er schon Stil. Hab ich mich dran gewöhnt, weiß nicht.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits in bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Thanks a lot, Xinchu. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Xinchu, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Ich wusste, es war es wert, mit dir zu reden. Das ist aber auch irgendwie schon ein krasses Lob, oder? Ich wusste, es ist wert, mit dir zu reden. Schon irgendwie.
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her.
You were a huge help.
You're welcome.
To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. There were even rumors that she became extremely ill. I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something.
Oh.
There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
Das Mystery wurde eröffnet.
We managed to uncover the truth.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Na, jetzt habt ihr aber hier einiges versprochen, Leute.
A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion? Wait, why does the story sound super familiar? Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Xingqiu, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries. The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated. Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster soon became a human tragedy as well.
Ich muss sagen, was er gerade so erzählt, finde ich irgendwie interessanter als das eben. Das ist gut geschrieben. Höre ich irgendwie gerne zu.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity, to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it.
Wissen wir noch nicht, ne? Bis jetzt ist das hier nur eine Behauptung.
Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
Weg ist er? Nee.
Time erases everything. Even the greatest of heroes will have their legacy reduced to the small fraction of their deeds that were committed to paper. But I think the magic of chivalric novels lies in the way you can catch glimpses of a noble soul from a few mere paragraphs.
So Videospielklamotten oft haben ist dieses Innen andere Farbe als Außen. Ich finde es irgendwie immer cool. Ich will das auch. Bam, 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 bam. Wait, wo soll ich hin? Oh. Mann, ich bin echt immer wieder begeistert, wie gut dieses Spiel einfach aussieht und wie flüssig es trotzdem läuft. Und jeder Patch, der rauskommt und es gibt keine Bugs und das ist so faszinierend. Und das Baller der Patches andauernd raus. Das ist so abgefahren. Claim! Und auch dieses Update ist ja auch eines der geilsten überhaupt. Wait, was ist das hier? Claim was? Ja, es wäre geil, wenn ich die jetzt claimen könnte, ohne mich dahin teleportieren zu müssen. Das wäre super. Und hier ist es Guide. Ja, aber... Hä? Jetzt kriege ich das Ausrufezeichen da nicht weg. Das ist allerdings blöd. Wait, aber Incomplete Story Quest, das ist die, die ich jetzt gerade mache. Ja. Ich hoffe, für den Traveler bekommt man irgendwann nochmal ein starkes Kit. Vielleicht, wenn man irgendwann nach Canria kommt, dass der dann ein Canria-Kit bekommt, was auch wirklich gut ist. So, noch mit meinem Lieblingscharakter. Wer ist das denn?
Oh, thank you. Straight word, Ping. What has amused you so?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same as ever.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor? Not unlike the one that you yourself lead.
Hat die denn ein komfortables Leben?
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Mein Ganyu, ist Ganyu nicht reich?
Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed any useful details?
Yes, indeed.
She has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yundai have joined up with us again.
Do not be troubled, young lady. Here, have some tea.
Ey, die müsst doch mal Yao Yao kennenlernen. Die passen doch voll gut zusammen, das kleine Mädel und Yao Yao.
Thank you so much. What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny?
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my grandpa.
Heroin ist auch irgendwie... Ich weiß nicht, ob das das geilste Wort ist.
I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
Seems like the stories were on the right track.
I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to
Our
slow
age.
down
Sie ist
and take
1000
the
Jahre
time
alt.
to appreciate pleasant conversation among friends.
Thank you.
Let's rest here for a little while then.
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something?
Maybe.
Sure thing. What would...
I have a secret I want to tell you. Let's go talk over there.
Going over... Ah, Moment, immer erst testen, was man hier noch für Dialoge hat.
You can taste the sweetness of the dew?
It's just a feeling. The sensation of stepping out into the mountains on a cool morning, gazing upon the small droplets of water hanging from the leaves, and feeling
Alright, okay.
a sense of calm.
Ich frage mich echt, ob das jetzt ist, weil ich HDR angemacht habe, aber auch der Wasserfall da sieht gerade mördergeil aus bei mir am Bildschirm. Aber der hat auch wieder dieselben oder ähnliche Farben wie Xianyun. Dieses grün-blau. Das sieht gerade so geil aus bei mir am Monitor. Holy shit. OLED-Monitor, Baby.
What's wrong, Shiryu? Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant, but are you guys all adepti in disguise?
Well, I mean,
About that.
why do you say that?
Well, you super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Xianyun call herself an Adeptus.
I mean, look at me. Look like a fucking NPC, and you guys are like totally over-designed. Like, what the fuck? You look totally different than everyone else. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Must have been a slip of the tongue. Xianyun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to Xiyu here what you really meant by that.
One is indeed an Adeptus. Oh. Is that of some concern to you?
Huh? I knew it.
You don't sound surprised at all.
Yeah. One time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane.
When you were a little kid, huh? Wie lange ist das her? Letzte Woche?
I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone. I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Clavertina?
Never has one met an Adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
Wait. Ist es sie und sie tut gerade so, als wäre sie es nicht, oder ist sie kein Kranich? Jetzt bin ich gerade selber verwirrt.
Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories. I'm really grateful for all your help.
Leave it to us! Now that we know, let's go to Wangshuin.
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
Oh, jetzt ist hier ein Ausrufezeichen, das ist doch scheiße. Oh, okay, das muss ich jetzt erst einmal wegmachen. Das ist ja die Hölle. Das ist ja die Hölle. Jetzt mal Moment, ist Cloud Retainer nicht ein... Das kann ich jetzt nirgendwo sehen, ne? Moment, ich google das jetzt einmal kurz. Ich bin gerade bescheuert. Hä? Bild. Okay, sie ist weiß-blau. Weiß-blau-grün. Okay, dann war der weiße Kranich wahrscheinlich entweder die Granny. Ich meine, das ist ein Fantasy-Spiel. Irgendwas versucht sie zu verbergen. Schwung! Oh. Halt mich mal so ein bisschen weg von Wangshuin. Her damit.
Thank you for completing today's commissions.
Here's your reward. Und Dankeschön, Dankeschön. Machen wir das Ausrufezeichen ja auch nochmal weg. Oh. Oh. Moneten. Irgendwas wollte ich upgraden und konnte das letztens nicht. Ich glaube... Das hier. Weil mein Geld alle war... Schwing. Schwing. Hat schon wieder Geld alle. Oh, mein schönes Geld. Wait, Wangshuin. Moment, das ist ja gar nicht hier. Lol. Stupid. Das hier, das ist ein richtiges Restaurant. Ein Restaurant. Lass mich raten.
Wangshuin.
Oh.
Wangshuin.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious, and if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock.
What?
I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room was it again? Let me look.
I'll come with.
I'm still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh?
Lass mich raten, wer jetzt auftaucht. Whoa.
What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form.
You've met her in a prom before? Mann, was für eine blöde Frage.
I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender.
What the fuck ist das jetzt?
The full might of the Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it.
Mann, Paimon, du kannst doch...
If you were so powerful in your human
bist
form,
nicht
why did you
besser.
decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape when dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world? A mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of
creating a child.
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay?
Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Kannst ja gar nicht über den reden, ne? Ja, wir haben gerade Zhao getroffen. Zack, steht er neben dir.
Everyone, I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
A long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Huh. So what Shinjo said was...
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness.
Das ist ja auch nicht so wichtig.
The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious.
Das klingt ungeil.
I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery, my illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
So the dementia you're suffering from now is actually...
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts.
Das ist hier Werbung für die Krankenkasse.
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me. Watched me grow up. Raised me. How could you say that about yourself?
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Next location. There isn't really a landmark there, so after all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have...
Alright. Auf geht es. Was ich cool finde an dieser Quest, ich habe nicht so richtig eine Ahnung, wo die hingeht. Also okay, sie hat irgendwie Pillen bekommen mit Adeptusblut drin. Also es kann natürlich sein. Der weiße Kranich war sie wahrscheinlich selbst. Das wäre so meine Vermutung. Vielleicht kann sie durch das Adeptusblut sich auch verwandeln. Aber es gibt immer noch so ein paar Mystery-Aspekte. Also es bleibt spannend. Wir gleiten da mal rüber, würde ich sagen, oder? Hui! Ja, war ja schon lange nicht mehr. Ich bin gespannt, ob die irgendwann mal ein Update bringen, mit dem man Kampfmusik in der Oberwelt abstellen kann. Die ist zwar schön, also die ist auch sehr gut qualitativ, aber wenn man so rumläuft, wenn die schöne Musik immer unterbrochen wird von Kampfmusik, ist immer schade. Und da vorne stehen ja schon irgendwelche Tölpel rum, die jetzt gleich mit blöder Kampfmusik um die Ecke kommen. Ich sehe es doch kommen.
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders here? Guess it's time to round up some bad guys.
Boom! Boom!
Rebuild
Boom!
by royal decree.
One with nature.
Become the hunted.
Do you remember anything about this place, Granny, one day?
Let me think. I feel like I've been here before, but I don't think I stayed here too long.
Got it. That's okay. There's...
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... Ah, yes. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
Oz revealed.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Scatter!
Oh. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yep. Bisschen schade, dass ich gerade nicht mit Cloud Retainer kämpfen durfte. Meine Gegner waren eh zu schnell tot, aber trotzdem. Jetzt war ich noch gar nicht im neuen Gebiet, aber gut. Ich habe ja so ein bisschen den Verdacht, dass das neue Gebiet so vielleicht mit mein Lieblingsgebiet werden könnte, weil das sieht so geil aus in der Vorschau. Wie viel Uhr haben wir denn? 20 nach 11. Ist die Frage, ob wir die Quest noch vorher schaffen werden. Ich will auf jeden Fall noch mal reinspicken ins neue Gebiet. Wag es nicht. Wichser. Was ist denn hier? Oh. Die Musik ist so gut.
Take a break over there.
Nein, die Musik hat aufgehört.
This place.
It's.
Did you remember something, Granny?
Was bei so Spielen oft vergessen wird, auch bei Genshin, da drin müssten halt eigentlich auch nochmal so ein paar Reste von Möbeln oder so sein. Ist nicht einfach nur leer.
I remember. Xianyuns. This is where your father was born. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees, reciting a prayer over and over.
Da ist sie aber nicht schwanger auf dem Bild.
I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
Sin? Oath?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Xianyuns. You're so much like him, and I love you both so much. But you're always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
I don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Xianyuns. All
Jetzt bin ich
right.
aber auch gespannt.
Let's not stand around any.
Was kann denn jetzt noch kommen?
Correctly. The next place should be Xianyuns Peak. You and I, how fares your health?
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your memory, then your health. Eventually, you end up losing everything. My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
Wo müssen wir hin? Ah, ist ein Stück weg, dann uns den Teleporter. Ich wollte nur den Dialog nicht unterbrechen. Nehmen lieber mal den. Weiß nicht genau, wo der andere ist. Aber ich glaube, der war auch oben auf der Bergspitze, ne? Oh, der ist sogar höher. Oh, ist sogar höher. Hier war auch geile Musik. Mysteriöse Musik. Die Musik in diesem Spiel ist halt unfassbar. Was war das denn? Ein random Lüftchen.
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny, one day?
Let me see. How strange. Have I lived here before?
Take it easy.
When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily picture myself in those places.
Vielleicht hat sie ja auch durch die Pillen und den Blut der Adepti, hat sie die Adeptus-Erinnerung?
But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then?
We can't expect them to get everything right.
Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Yuendai's memory just like the other.
I'm sorry to disappoint you too.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If only I could remember. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look!
Que surprise!
Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't.
Mount Outsong, What am I really?
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I can't go back.
Are you feeling unwell?
My head, it feels all heavy and dizzy. What is wrong with me?
Cloud, Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
Ihre Augen finde ich auch cool. Normalerweise nerven mich in Genshin oft die Augen, weil die so überdesignt sind, aber irgendwie bei der sind die cool.
But...
Fret not, all will be well. You and I, you have already given more than enough to the pursuit of this endeavor. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memories. It currently resides at Mount Outsong.
Wait, really? When did you do that?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive.
Juhu! Oh, da hinten ist ein roter Lichtstrahl, weil ein neues Gebiet aufgetaucht ist. Das ist wieder die Mystery-Musik. Das macht mich jetzt gerade misstrauisch. Ist der Fisch?
Oz, reveal thyself.
Windstrider.
Ja, das werde ich ja wohl mitgenommen haben, ne? Ach, das ist jetzt dieses Gerät da auf dem Tisch, oder was?
Here, this is it.
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that...
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium mechanism. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax and even enter a semi-hypnotic state.
Jo, und wir haben natürlich auch eben schon in die Musik gekommen.
Soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia, its potential uses are numerous indeed. And of course, it can also aid in the recovery of lost memories.
Whoa, what a cool gadget! But if you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just now? We could have come to Mount Outsong.
How preposterous. Had Yuendai not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon. We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
Paimon thinks she gets it now.
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune
Ist ein neuer Song?
Rambler. Only with her melodies can the mechanism reach its peak power.
Whoa, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon's body feels light as a feather. It's as if she's lying down on a warm patch of grass after a super satisfying meal.
Oh Gott, Paimon, ey. Kurz den Dialog anhalten, ich will mal den Song hören. Ist der wirklich neu?
And you, Yuendai, is the mechanism helping you to relax?
Schon
It
abgedöst.
appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side. We shall give her some time to herself.
Die muss stehen dabei.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth.
Was? This is the world you left behind. Gentle breeze and morning dew. Betwixt?
This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should have never.
Ja, sie ist der weiße Vogel.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny!
Dann schieß mal los, erklär das mal.
Granny, are you okay?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her by her full... You already knew each other?
Yes.
Meine Güte.
I now remember everything. Everything.
Granny, please don't cry.
Oh, don't worry, my dear child. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth of what I once was.
Los jetzt!
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one should recount the story on your behalf while you compose yourself.
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face
Ja,
my memory.
komm.
Show you, everyone.
Oh mein Gott, fang endlich an zu erzählen.
I know, dear child.
Los jetzt!
Some time ago,
Meine Güte.
I made a terrible mistake.
Alright.
Is this the sin
Los!
that
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane.
For centuries. Okay.
I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cultivation to me. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful day 50 years ago.
I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings. Ich meine, aber sie muss ja auch schon irgendwie besonders gewesen sein, ne? Weil es wäre mir jetzt neu, dass Vögel so lange leben.
50 years ago?
During the drought that struck Leah?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar crisis in the past. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering wherever I went. But I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared a special dose of human mimicry potion for me.
Human mimicry potion? Aber fit in with the crowd. Muss sie das denn, um zu helfen? Ich meine, das ist ja eine Fantasy-Welt, da sprechende Tiere sind ja jetzt nicht so ungewöhnlich.
She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along.
But you never turned back into a crane. Ja, das...
Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed. I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain and suffering. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet I did not want to leave his side, so I...
Oh no, what happened?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity.
Ist das denn der Fall? Wird sie dann zu dem Nebelmonster? Aber hätte sie sich nicht zurückverwandeln können und dann vielleicht einfach nochmal das Potion trinken? Ja, okay, das macht die Geschichte kaputt.
I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again.
Ey, Xianyuns Farben. Xianyuns. Xianyun. Dieses sieht so gut aus auf meinem Monitor. So that's why the nameless heroine did herself away.
But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin.
Naja.
All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills, I probably would have...
Das war... ich wollte gerade sagen.
What's wrong?
Zufall.
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus? No, it couldn't be. Master, don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself. You knew where I was all along.
Aber vor was sind die denn davongelaufen? Dieses Nebelmonster, wird das auch nochmal erklärt?
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
Wait! Paimon, so, Cloud Retainer, you found Ende...
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Animation? Komm schon, Animation? Oh. Moment. Einmal kurz. The Star Wicker. Aber was ist denn das für eine Konstellation? Das ist ja ein Buch. Was? Wenn the Star Wicker created with stars together, nearby attack project takes shockwave damage will increase maximum damage increase 18,000. Each project takes shockwave. It's only applies this increased damage effect to a single opponent. You can trigger this effect once every 4 seconds. Was sind denn die noch für welche? Crit Damage 70%. Das ist schon wieder für eine
If you are presently unoccupied, perhaps we could stop a while at one's abode for some repose and conversation.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses.
Oh, Werte, wieso leuchten denn ihre Flügel jetzt? Oh, ist das wegen der Konstellation oder ist das ein Talent? Oh, ist das die Constellation? Ich meine, das ist ja cool für die Constellation, aber das heißt, als normaler Spieler sieht man das nie. Oh. Ich genieße gerade ein bisschen die Musik. Oh. Das ist aber eine verzerrte Version von Lear.
In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side. Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies. Glaring though they may have been, wishing to grant you a life without regrets,
One gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn. As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition.
Das ist unwichtig.
One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise,
Worüber redet sie?
or mourn the loss of your acquaintance?
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter!
Cool, da haben sie so eine Instanz gemacht mit so einer zusammengeschrumpften Version von Leah.
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
GG.
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with Adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night.
Ach, da hat sie auch noch geholfen. Aber was für ein Monster kommt da jetzt? Bildschirms.
Skyward! Scatter!
Shabu! Wait, macht der normale Skill auch Damage? Oh.
Skyward! Scatter!
Aber die Heilung ist nur im Burst.
Skyward!
Burst!
Seize the skies! Ha! Yeah! 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 Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter!
Oh, okay, die Voicelines sind aber ein bisschen nervig. Skyward Scatter.
Yeah! 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 Stray clouds converge! Yeah!
Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive.
Ach so, die werden vom Blut angelockt. Ja, ich meine, das ergibt ja Sinn sogar.
Godly remains. Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making.
Ja, das ergibt Sinn. Das hat er auch schon häufiger eine Rolle gespielt.
One was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved by your joy. To see you happy, that was more than enough.
Oh. Mann, jetzt will man ja eigentlich schon nur die Konstellation haben, damit die Flügel aufleuchten. Aber ich finde, es ist schon ein sehr schön geschriebener Charakterstory.
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait. But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Was für eine coole Idee, das mit dem Rückblick hier in dieser zusammengeschrumpften Form aus Lear. Das ist ja sau cool. Das können sie gerne nochmal machen. Nicht zu häufig, darf sich auch nicht abnutzen, aber wie cool. Jetzt habe ich... Weiß gar nicht, ob ich das schon mal im Spiel hatte. Wirklich toll.
Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back. When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance.
Wirklich?
You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuendai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognize the essence of her being.
Aber sind nicht normale Kraniche auch komplett weiß? Ist das dann nicht eher unbesonders? Warum sollten gerade die Adeptus Crane komplett weiß sein?
Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one.
Aber das Ende war ein bisschen schade, dass es jetzt einfach so abrupt aufgehört hat, dass man nicht noch irgendwie in so einen Tunnel oder so rein ist, aber
Now all has been revealed.
super Storytelling. Finde ich sehr
One
cool.
owes you an apology, you and I. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin Restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor.
Ah, das macht ja super Sinn.
Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed
Ach,
you
die
of all
Musik,
you
so
had
gut.
lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another.
Das ergibt ja vollkommen Sinn. Deswegen ist sie nach... Ja.
Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful and arduous to experience. Have you any further inquiries?
Deswegen hat sie auch die Maschine gebaut und dann den Song gekauft. Ja, dann ist das ja auch voll... Okay, sehr cool. Sehr cool. Er macht alles Sinn, ja.
Master,
Schön.
I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Outsong
Hast du
by
gerade gehört, weil du glücklich warst.
One has never regarded your action as a mistake.
Ja.
It was a simple choice, nothing more. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those who wish to return. One rather hopes you count yourself among them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, muss ich aber auch gerade eine Träne verdrücken, du. Das ist aber...
One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you not? 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination. Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits.
Boah, aber dann kümmert die sich danach dann um das kleine Mädchen.
Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness.
Warte, was?
Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
Yeah.
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Is there no other way?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
10. 10 was? 9.
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny, please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left. Please.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind. Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsung. Granny will train day and night. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Versprich nichts, was du nicht halten kannst.
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard, we're sure to meet again someday.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets. I'm so sorry, Master. Thank you for everything.
Irgendwie ging das schnell. Alter, was ist denn jetzt mit dem Mädchen? Könnt ihr mir bitte noch einen Epilog geben, was mit ihr ist?
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time.
Okay, Moment mal. Was passiert mit dem Mädchen? Das können wir jetzt nicht einfach so stehen lassen. Okay. What? Ah, das ist jetzt im Traum. Jo, okay.
I always believed we would see each other again. That our days of separation would finally end.
Ach, daher war der Screenshot.
Would be behind me.
Boah, das Wasser.
If only things could stay this way forever.
Fast schon gemein, so ein Traum.
A nightmare?
Nicht ganz.
Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up.
Was war das für eine Geste?
Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Ist sie älter? Er ist doch irgendwie auch so ein ewig altes.
Grilled chicken drumsticks. Was Paimon sleeping just now? Oh.
Madam Adeptus?
Oh, Xianyuns, you're awake.
Ja.
I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore. Madam Adeptus? Could I,
Ja, das habe ich jetzt auch ein bisschen erwartet, die Frage.
Would you take me in as a disciple?
Oh. And have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt really bad about it, but without that mistake, I would have never been born. Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. So, I thought maybe one day I could become a cool Adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal.
Ja.
The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean, Master.
Xianyuns, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like Xianyuns and violet grass.
Nein, Alter. Cloud Retainer ist der Babe-Producer. Die macht alles richtig.
If you join them, you'll never enjoy One-Man Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule.
Ich habe nur Bemerkungen gemacht über die Klamotten und wie viel Kilo sie zugelegt haben.
Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Xianyuns shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Whoa, you're leaving Mount Outsong?
Is that why he took on his human form?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace.
Ich meine, sie kann ja auch jederzeit hierhin zurück.
Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuandai, they all chose a life among the mortal world. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master.
Starke Begründung. Bin ziemlich angetan von dem Character Writing.
I was curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter, but perhaps some time in the harbor will prove instructive. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea.
Ist eigentlich richtige Ärmel oder ist es auch wieder so komische Armdinger, die ne, es sind keine richtigen Ärmel, ne?
One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. The earnings should provide for a comfortable living in Liyue Harbor. One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Ja gut, die wird ja wohl leicht an Geld kommen.
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up?
A sensible plan. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense somnium mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should...
Right.
Awesome! Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out?
Oh ja.
Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you. So, about your move to Liyue Harbor...
I have left an explanatory note in my abode. Those 2 old fossils will discover it, I am sure, should they come seeking my company. Considering their recent penchant for going off on private escapades, however, I find myself caring little for how they shall receive this news.
Ich war ein bisschen genervt. Ja, Shuyu.
By the way, Shuyu, we have a friend who helped us learn a lot of information about your granny. Is it okay if we tell him the full story?
Sure. I don't think Granny would mind. As long as you don't tell a whole bunch of people. I don't think she'd want too many people to know. They might go to Mount Outsong and start bugging her about it. Granny needs to focus on her training, you know? But telling a friend or two is probably fine.
No worries, our friend can keep a secret.
Ja, also das ist, dass sie jetzt der neue Disciple wird, das ergibt auch Sinn von der Geschichte her. Das wäre jetzt auch ganz schön hart gewesen, wenn sie jetzt gar keinen mehr gehabt hätte. Was hat sie gesagt? Bei Chuyu Rock? Wo ist denn das? Wo ist denn Chuyu Rock? Da. Er hätte den anderen Teleporter nehmen sollen. Das war dumm jetzt. Naja. Naja. Tü. Hui. Chuck.
We meet again, dear friends. How did everything go?
Great!
Ah, I see. So the stories didn't get it right after all. Even though she was a celebrated heroine, she had to bear a heavy burden that most could not hope to understand. Thank goodness for the help of that Adeptus. At least she was able to recover what she had lost.
Stimmt, wie haben sie ihm das denn jetzt erzählt? Dem Adeptus?
Although I cannot claim to know exactly how their story will unfold from here, I trust the ending will be a happy one. Those united in a common purpose always find a way back to each other in the end. Thank you for helping me fill in the gaps. And don't worry, I'll keep this all to myself. It's not my story to tell, after all.
Ich fände es ja cool, wenn die Xianyuns in Zukunft, wenn die dann spielbarer Charakter wird oder so, oder wenn die sich verändert visuell und nochmal auftaucht.
We meet again, dear friends.
Great, and it's up.
Ah shit, das ist nochmal dasselbe. Ah, okay.
Ah, I see.
Skip. So, wir stellen uns mal hier neben ihn. Ach, ist immer nervig, dieses Tagewarten. Aber echt cool mit der Quest, weil ich dachte mal eben schon, was für ein Quatsch, dass sie diese Maschine jetzt schon fertig hat und dass sie eben genau dieses Songding gekauft hat. Aber nee, es ergibt alles Sinn. Wait. Oh.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern. In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked every single day for the rest of my life. I have to be careful. Yes, you can never be too careful.
We're here, Cloud.
Wow, Paimon, stark.
What are you guys arguing?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years. To question their legitimacy is pure folly.
Several 100 years?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see.
Gut gerettet.
Passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment.
Ach komm, wirklich? Wer könnte das wohl sein?
Expert, you say?
Ah, an expert.
Well. I will wait for a little while longer then. Traveler, Paimon.
Master! Oh, it's you two again.
Oh, sie hat neue Klamotten. Ihr sieht ja jetzt schon cooler aus.
Xianyuns! You got a new outfit! It looks great on you.
Master made it for me. I like it too.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could, not look yet, Master? Yeah, that'd be great.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child. Now, this expert you mentioned.
Ah
when
ja,
can we
jetzt kommt noch ein
expect her
bisschen
arrival?
ASMR von Zhongli, hä?
Ah, there he is. Here, allow me to make some
Wehe,
introductions.
irgendjemand ist überrascht.
This is Mr. Zhongli, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques. Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Xianyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection
Große
of
Augen.
valuables I mentioned earlier.
Huh.
If it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhongli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Das war so ein nichtssagender Satz.
So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Xianyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Xianyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never know.
Aber es ist berechtigt. Ich habe auch gerade gedacht, aus seiner Sicht wirkt das doch jetzt ultra scheiße. Da ist irgendeine Person, die komische Sachen bringt und das wirkt, als hätte die geklaut und dann kommt einer an, der das beweisen soll, dass es legitim ist und dann kennen die sich. Ja, scheiße.
A preposterous accusation. The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth.
Wow.
Contracts are built on honesty and trust.
Ooh.
If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the goods? Miss Xianyun, wait.
Aber ich find's berechtigt,
I deeply
also...
apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world.
Ist das so?
With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion. Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house. Oh, very well.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
Snore?
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great. How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant.
Come on, er verlässt doch nie unsere Party. Wir wissen, was er macht.
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Xianyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous days were all brief.
Das ist eine cool geschriebene Quest.
Mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Ja.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are
auf jeden Fall.
impossible for either of us to imagine.
Auf jeden Fall.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on that.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish.
Ich nicht.
You were at the
Ich musste
table on
das
that occasion,
einsammeln.
so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Moment, aber ich habe auch schon mal für den das Zeug gesammelt. Genau für die Suppe.
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple-layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot. One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
Yes.
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Thank you so much, Cloud Retainer.
Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhongli. He is,
Yeah.
A humble employee of Wangcheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli.
That should be everyone, right? Let's go!
Sounds
Wissen.
good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause it's super tempting and stuff. Is that true?
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too delicious to resist.
Wissen Ganyu und Shenhe, wer Zhongli ist? Ganyu müsste es wissen, oder?
Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
Hä? Flieg doch einfach mit. Okay, Paimon, das am Ende war jetzt mit Paimon war gerade nochmal affig, aber wow, ich fand die Quest, also spielerisch, na gut, ist nichts gemacht. Oh. Lily, you my dear daughter, by the time you read this, Mommy and Daddy will have already left, go on a long journey. Your granny may get a little forgetful sometimes, so try to not shut down. Mommy and Daddy are counting on you to take care of Granny while we're gone. You might be wondering when Mommy and Daddy have to leave. Well, my dear daughter, in this world everyone's got something that they just have to do. Did you know Daddy was actually awfully sick as a child? How sick, you might ask? Well, even the doctor... Maybe Daddy's just really lucky? You still remember that one... Was ist denn das für ein langer Brief? Oh. Ja, wow, also ja, spielerisch, okay, war jetzt nur Text im Prinzip, ne? Aber ich fand, die war wirklich cool geschrieben. Cloud Retainer haben sie richtig cool charakterisiert. What? Was habe ich die denn gemacht? Die ganze Geschichte hat schönen Sinn ergeben. Ich fand auch die Dialoge, ja, teilweise musste ich ein bisschen skippen, aber auch gerade zum Ende hin schön. Also wirklich sehr cool. Jetzt will ich aber kurz noch mal was testen. Achso, warte mal, sind die hier irgendwo? Ja. Das leuchtet ja grün. Ich will einmal gerade testen, wenn man sie spielt, ohne C2 zu haben, leuchten die Flügel dann auch auf? Ah, das ist wirklich Constellation. Ah, das ist ja doof. Leave Domain. Weiß man schon die nächsten Banner, die jetzt dann nach denen kommen? Genshin Upcoming Banners. Zhao und Yaemiko. Okay, die reizen mich beide nicht. Cool. Ja, dann hau ich jetzt mal ein paar Versuche hier. Jinger. Das ist das Haus. Ist auch cool, wie die ganzen Gebäude im Spiel einfach auch immer wieder für Stories und NPCs und so genutzt werden. Finde ich ganz cool eigentlich. Mittlerweile kann man durch die Welt laufen an vielen Stellen, wo vorher einfach nur random Häuser standen und sagen, ach, da ist ja das und das, das. Wish. Ich habe nicht garantiert, also wenn es Gold wird, könnte alles sein. Gaming, Gaming, gib mir Gaming. Oh. Wah, wah. Boom. Ich meine, von den Waffen, die man kriegen kann, ist Favonius noch eine der besseren. Babu! Das wiegt ja nämlich scheiß nur L die ganze Zeit. Hier schon seit 1000 Jahren auf C6. Oh, was war das denn? Was ist das denn für ein Bogen? Hab ich schon das? Oh. Wechselt der die Farbe, wenn man den levelt? Was ist der denn blau? Ja, komm, machen wir die letzten 10 auch noch da rein, was soll's. Oh! It is golden! The bell. Ugh, Tainari. Ja, das ist eine Niete. Den habe ich jetzt, glaube ich... Habe ich den nicht sogar schon ein-, zweimal bekommen? Habe ich C3? Habe ich den? What the fuck? The level of fashionist Tanglewine Shaft. Was der auch für lame Kack-Konstellationen hat. Mehr Crit, mehr Damage, Schnarch, höheres Level. Sind die nächsten cool? Welcher ist denn das? Ist das der Skill? Das ist der Burst. Okay, also der Burst. Ist das immer so, dass der Burst auf C3 ist? Fällt gerade auf, dass ich keine Ahnung habe, wie die Bursts heißen. Ja, Tatsache. Nee, hier ist es der Skill. Ist das unterschiedlich? Hier ist es der Skill. Interessant. Oh. Hier ist auch der Skill. Hier ist auch der Skill. Hä? Welcher Logik folgt denn das? Ist der wichtigere Skill zuerst? Krass, ich hab den auf C3, ey. Kommt denn hier noch eine krasse Konstellation? Also das ist ganz stark, ist relativ stark. 120 Elemental Mastery. Schade, warum? Ich hätte gern Dea bekommen. Da hätte ich mich gefreut. Das ist nämlich der einzige Standard 5-Sterne-Charakter, der mir noch fehlt. Ho. Ja, jetzt ist schon so spät, ne? Wie viel haben wir denn? 12:30. Aber ich will noch einmal, dass man gar keine Quest für das Gebiet hier bekommen hat. Das irritiert mich. Ich will nur mal kurz einen Abstecher in das neue Gebiet wagen. Jetzt genau auf der falschen Seite vom Berg. Come on. Oh, da drüben ist es. Das sieht ja schon direkt geil aus da drüben. So, eine Truhe. What? Aber vielleicht ist das schon ein neues Gebiet? Oh. What? Was geht jetzt ab? Huch. Was zur Hölle? Fujin. Welcome, one's name is Fujin, the local adeptus, and that is a tiny little teapot ram. One invited you to come as guest, yet failed to sufficiently explain beforehand. Such behavior was careless, and one begs for your forgiveness. Paimon's and choosing an invitation. Do you just swoosh all visitors? Of course not, many come and go from Xianyuns, but it was only in light of your incredible compatibility with the local spirit veins. Oh, neue Musik. Your names were carried here by the fish that swim. I have long anticipated your visit. It is a pity that it's now not quite convenient, else I would just have invited you to a tea-tasting banquet. Speaking of which, I'm quite sorry, but I have a request to make of you. Ist die Klamotten von ihr, sind das andere Farben oder ist das nackte Haut? Please speak. Thank you. I presume the two of you have heard of the tea village of Xianyuns. Xianyuns village. This land has been famous for its cool, fragrant waters since ancient times. The people are of gentle character, and the pristine pebbles in its streams are exquisite. I hear but incoming. Precisely. The waters and soil of Xianyuns have begun to change recently, as has the scent of its tea. Xianyuns village will inevitably decline should this persist. One hopes that you too can resolve the disharmony of the soil and water on one's behalf. The water veins are spread across the mountains, but my power is no longer sufficient, nor is the present a good time for me to move about. Thus, I must rely on your kindness and aid. You're quite direct, but fret not. You're clever by nature. I trust that you shall get to the heart of any problems you might encounter. Yep, I get it. No worries. Well then, allow me to share some of the adeptal energy dwelling in the mortal world with you, traveler, to aid you in traversing the landscape and piercing the fog. Right, it's nice to meet you. I mean, welcome to this place. Welcome to Xianyuns. Thanks. I was quite looking forward to meeting you face to face and was rather hoping you two would be magnanimous enough to forgive the impropriety. Yes, now that you have been indwelled with my adeptal energy, traveler, things will become much more convenient. Now please try the wonders of said energy for yourself. Okay. You may glimpse wondrous pearls of water. Uh-huh. Was? Okay. My friends have said similar things before, but surely it's only the natural that each individual Adeptus has an aura of their own. Yes, that's exactly how it is. It's just that those two friends are probably busy taking care of their own affairs right now. That is why one must leave this business of nursing the water and soil to the two of you instead. Ist das Haut? Ist sie nackig? Ne, ist eine Bluse, ne? Ich muss einmal das Ausrufezeichen hier wegdrücken. Wait, muss ich hier in... Wie ist das hier gerade gedacht? Ich meine, ich weiß, ich kann mit Kasua... Achso, ich kann... If you see a golden... Can you hear me? Wo? Ich bin direkt bei einer Statue. Das haben die mich irgendwo hingeportet. das sieht doch sehr schön aus. Oh, da ist irgendwas. The world opens itself before those with noble hearts. Hm. Nein, das wollte ich nicht. Scheiße. Damn it. No. I made a mistake. What?
Terra Smash! Yeah.
Ah, das ist das, was sie zum Upgraden braucht. Huh? Wait, was? Aber lag es nicht hier?
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Ja, sehr schön sieht das hier schon wieder aus. Ich liebe ja zum Moment Schwachpunkt in Videospielen, auch im echten Leben, überall. So Flüsse mit Brücken drüber. So ganz flache Brücken. Holzbrücken sind noch geiler als Steinbrücken, aber Steinbrücken sind auch toll. Ja, habe ich sehr Bock drauf, das zu erkunden. Allerdings nicht mehr heute. Bin ein bisschen traurig, dass ich jetzt weder Gaming noch Xianyuns bekommen habe.
Is this...
Use adapted energy granted by Fujin. Hm. Was soll ich denn machen? What? Was zur Hölle? Okay.
Is this
An answer from this world? Ja, also gefällt mir sehr gut, um erst ein... Wow, was ist das denn da? Ja, sieht sehr toll aus. Hab richtig Bock. Ich muss jetzt schnell ausmachen, weil sonst weiß ich kann es nicht mehr ausmachen. Ich weiß es doch jetzt schon. Wie oft habe ich denn gerade gewünscht? 40 Mal. 4 Mal, 40 Mal. Okay. Mann, das waren aber ziemliche Nieten, ne? Noel, The Bell. Favonius Speer und dann nochmal Tainari. Der auch irgendwie, weiß ich nicht. Der Bogen ist eigentlich nicht schlecht auf ihm, oder? Den könnte man theoretisch auch nehmen. Oder den. Oder den. Er eskaliert doch bestimmt wieder mit Elemental Mastery, oder? Ah, hier, ja. Oh, ich habe irgendwie die Musikgrenze überschritten. So, okay, aber ich muss ins Bett. Ich mache jetzt hier schön Feierabend. Ja, also spielerisch war die Quest natürlich ein bisschen lame, aber hat mir ansonsten super gut gefallen. Vor allen Dingen diese zusammengedampfte Version von dem Lear aus der Vergangenheit fand ich sehr geil. Und wie es alles am Ende funktioniert hat mit der Quest, wie die aufgebaut war. Sehr schön, sehr schön. Das neue Gebiet scheint auch sehr schön zu sein. Wäre nur cool, wenn ich jetzt ein bisschen glücklicher gewesen wäre beim Banner. Das wäre nett gewesen. Ich werde aber noch mal die nächsten 10er-Banner, die ich mir jetzt verdiene, über die nächsten Tage da auch noch reinstecken, weil Zhao und Yaemiko interessieren mich beide nicht so. Also im Yay-Banner würde ich theoretisch vielleicht mal ein paar Versuche reinstecken oder so, wenn ich gerade welche hab. Aber reizt mich auch nicht so richtig. Naja, ich hau mich ins Bett. Gute Nacht.